So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm just going to be going through the picks for UFC 305 and just giving my early picks as to what I think is going to happen for each fight. I'm going to be going through first the bottom of the card, the first fight of the night. I'm going to go through that all the way to the main card, just giving my thoughts and reactions as I go through their Tapology pages and see what I kind of think as I look at each fighter. This is my first look, honestly, so this is me kind of raw dogging the picks, but this is gonna be how I kind of just decide on picks, guys, because like I said in another video, I don't watch tape much unless I'm really undecided, but I usually just go off of Tapology picks. So right now I'm just gonna be going through the picks and seeing what I pick. I want to thank the 2 subscribers that subscribed to me recently. I went from 1 subscriber, which was myself already, to 3 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos and subscribing, and whoever liked my video the other video ago, thank you so much. I'm gonna keep doing the videos. I'm gonna keep picking on UFC fights anyways, because I love to pick on them. But as you see on the screen, I've actually dropped rank. I actually only got 6 out of 10 picks right, but if you actually watch my last video, you see that I actually picked 8 out of 10 picks right. I'm pretty sure. I switched from Luciana, the first fight, Luciana or Stephanie, to Alencar, the underdog. She ended up losing really badly. And then I ended up picking Williams, thinking that his grappling would work, which ended up kind of working in the 3rd round, but it wasn't enough. Yeah, so Denise ended up winning, so I don't blame it. If anything, I just kind of probably shouldn't switch my picks. I should probably just go with my gut. So let's start off from the bottom of the card. Okay, let's see. The first one, Stuart Nicoli versus Jesus Aguilar. Not gonna lie, I don't know who Stuart Nicoli is. Jesus Aguilar, I've actually seen fight. I think he's pretty good. I'm gonna look at his profile first because I actually think that he has a decent win record. Yeah, 2 wins. Honestly, guys, 2 fights in the UFC as wins. One in a overhand right, round 1, and the other is split with Matheus Mendonça, who has a pretty decent record. Actually, not really. So I wouldn't really count that win, but he still has a finish in the first round for overhand right on Shannon Ross, who's actually been finished a lot, actually. So that's kind of sus, honestly. He doesn't have really any decent wins, but he did fight Tatsuo Taira, which is actually a really hard fight. Taira has actually been winning a lot recently, so I wouldn't say he's good. He has decent wins consecutively, but let's look at Stuart Nicoli. Like I said, I don't know who this guy is, so I'm just going to click on his profile. He's British or from England. He's 29, 8 win streak. Holy crap. Okay. Pretty well-rounded. KO, submissions, decision. A lot of finishes, honestly. Let's just look at his latest win versus a Japanese guy named Issei Kitano. Pretty decent win. He gave him his first loss. So this, honestly, guys, I think this, usually I would pick Jesus Aguilar just based on the fact that he's already won 2 UFC fights, which makes me kind of still want to pick him. But let's see the way Jesus usually wins. He's Mexican. Oops. He's Mexican. He's 28 years old, so he's hitting his prime pretty much. He doesn't have a lot of KOs, Jesus Aguilar. He has submissions, but he's lost by submission, which is kind of surprising because he has a lot of submission wins, but he's lost by submission. So, but recently he hasn't won by submission. If anything, he's lost recently by submission. And Contender Series, he got a submission. So, as I'm seeing this, I would think I don't want to say his only way to victory is through submission, but I think that's going to be his preference at least. And versus a guy who's never been subbed, who usually puts guys out by striking, but he's actually been subbing people before. So this guy, I feel, is just really well-rounded. I think this makes you want to think it'll go to decision because this guy's never been finished. So I think, based on that thought, that I think it might go to decision. I think I'm going to pick... Crap, this is a hard pick, honestly, guys. I'm not too sure who to pick. But based on the fact that this guy's actually fought UFC guys competition level, I'm gonna pick Jesus on decision I don't think he's gonna finish this guy. This is kind of like 55%, 60% confidence rate, I would say. I'm not too confident. I'm gonna pick Jesus. Actually, I don't even have the picks up. Holy crap! Here we go. Edit picks. All right, here are the picks. Let's go down to the bottom. So like I was saying, Jesus Aguilar by decision. I don't think he's gonna finish this guy. I'm gonna go decision. But the next fight is between Kenan Song and Ricky Glenn. Honestly, guys, I think I've seen Kenan Song fight before, and I think I actually picked against him. I think so. I gotta check actually. But oops, I kind of spit there. But let's see. Kenan Song. Let's look at his profile first. He's from China. Kenan Song, the assassin, 21-8. He's 34 years old, 6 feet, from China. He's coming off of one loss actually. He's 5-4 in the UFC. Lost to Jusei, who's actually pretty decent. He beat Bedoya, who actually is not that good, honestly. I thought he was better than what he is, but he lost his his 3 fights in the UFC. Yep. So he's not that good. So let's see. Kenan Song is better than Rolando Bedoya. That's kind of not really saying much versus Ricky Glenn, who is 22-8, the Gladiator, American. 35 years old actually, so I think he's actually older than Kenan Song. Let me double check. So 35 versus a 34-year-old. So I don't think age is gonna really play. I don't think age is gonna really play much of a factor here. But let's see. Ricky Glenn is 4-5 in the UFC, coming off of 2 losses from Drew Dober and Christos Giagos. Finishes in the first round, honestly. So honestly, guys, I think I'm gonna go with Kenan Song on this one. It just doesn't look too good. Last 2 losses, first round KOs. I don't know. It just doesn't look good. I feel like he's capable of being finished soon, because even his last win, he won. So it seems like I said, I don't watch much tape, so I would think in this fight he maybe risked it pretty much, getting the KO. So he risked his own self getting that KO, I would think. Like I said, I'm not too sure, but off of this record, I'm gonna go with Kenan Song. I feel like he just has more wins, 4-5 compared to 5-4. He's lost to pretty decent. He's fought way better competition. I'm picking Song. He's fought freaking Jusei and Gary, who are on win streaks right now. Max Griffin, who is 20-10. Coming off a win pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Kenan Song has fought way better people. Ricky Glenn is probably gonna lose by decision. I would say decision. I'm gonna go safe. I'm gonna pick Kenan Song by decision. Next fight, Tom Nolan and Alex Reyes. I'm pretty sure Alex Reyes and Dominic Reyes are brothers. Yeah, Dominic's younger brother, Alex Reyes. Wait, is Dominic older? I don't really care. So Alex Reyes is actually pretty old. Let's check his age. Alex Reyes is 37, I believe. 37, yeah. Alex Reyes is 37, coming off of 2 losses, guys. He's American, but his nickname is Executioner, but he's 0-2 in the UFC. The last time he fought was last year in September versus Charlie Campbell, getting finished in the first round. I didn't see this fight. I don't remember. I might have seen it. But before that, he fought Mike Perry, which is, pretty formidable opponent. But he got finished in the first round by a knee. And that was 7 years ago. Guys, like I can see, if you look at the odds, I'm probably gonna post it here. I think right now, Tom Nolan is like over a -1,000. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be picking Tom Nolan. Obviously, he has a reach. He's a lot taller. I actually remember his last win. Before I even look at his profile, he's 7-1, 6'3", coming off of 1 win, 1-1 in the UFC. So this one he should obviously win. Quotations should. So obviously this is pretty easy pick. Tom Nolan round 1 finish is pretty, possible. Oops. Round 1. But you always got to play. If you're betting, you got to play Alex Reyes by submission. If you look at the way Reyes wins, he wins by submission. The only way to pay, I think, is round 1 submission by Reyes, and that'll be a huge upset. But if you look at his profile, actually round 4s are in there too, or a lot of round 1s, round 1 subs. So that's possible. I would say, if anything, I would just, $1.50, put 50 cents in on each round submission. You never know. At least that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be putting round 1 submission, round 2 submission, round 3 submission, 50 cents each for Alex Reyes. I'm pretty sure the odds are going to be really great for that, even though I highly doubt it'll happen. But the next fight is Jack Jenkins versus Herbert Burns. I think Herbert Burns is actually Gilbert Burns' brother. Let's fact check that. Yep, they're brothers. Yeah, I think I remember the fight when Gilbert had to carry Herbert out of the fight because he was injured, or at least maybe Gilbert just wanted to carry him out, keep him from getting more injured. But yeah, guys, not to say it's another easy pick, but I'm picking Jack Jenkins on this one. Jack Jenkins is 31. He's coming off a loss from Australia. He's 2-1 in the UFC. He last lost to Chep Mariscal, who's actually not too bad of a loss because Chep has just won his recent fight against Damon Jackson. So that's not bad of a loss. So I would say it's another easy pick. Jack Jenkins has had better competition. Granted, Herbert Burns is 2-3 in the UFC, which actually kind of surprises me. He's never been subbed. So it's just another one of those like method picks where if Herbert wins, it'll be by sub, just like in the last fight with Nolan and just like the last fight between Tom Nolan and Alex Reyes. Alex Reyes could get a sub, so Herbert Burns can get a sub too. And I would say maybe in round 1 too. The only way to play that is round 1 Herbert Burns by submission, but I'm picking Jack Jenkins by, Jack Jenkins by decision. Yeah, I kind of want to go finish on this one. Let's see, because Herbert Burns has been finished recently by exhaustion from damage round 2 and punches, and then elbows from crucifix. So I would say round 2 TKO, honestly, on this one. Jack Jenkins gets a finish round 2. Oops. Yep, round 2 TKO. Jack Jenkins. Next fight, we have a fight between Casey ONeal and Luana Santos. If you guys have been watching the cards recently, Luana Santos actually fought, I want to say a couple weeks ago. Let's double check. But Luana Santos, she's 8-1, Brazilian, and she fought in July, literally a month ago. So a little over a month ago, she fought and beat Maria Agapova in round 1. So she's feeling herself, she's feeling confident, and she's pretty much has had 3 wins in the UFC, undefeated. So it's kind of hard to it's hard to not pick against her. It's hard to pick Casey ONeal because she's 9-2. She's only 26. She's really young, but she's 4-2 in the UFC. But she's coming off of 2 losses. So I don't know. Luana Santos is coming really short notice. I'm pretty sure she took this fight on short notice. If we go to the canceled fights, yeah, Casey ONeal was supposed to fight Teresa Bleda, but now she's fighting Santos. So they're pretty much fighting each other on short notice in terms of their plan. But Casey ONeal has been preparing cardio wise. Santos might have been expecting another fight. I don't know if she took this fight in the right state of mind in terms of being prepared for it. But Luana Santos is kind of on a roll, Let's do you pick against a girl who literally took a fight a month later? What did this? I don't want to say she needs the money, but I feel like it's confidence, and I feel like confidence goes a long way. But she's the favorite. ONeal's underdog. I don't know. On paper, people are picking Santos, and I can see why. 3-0 compared to 4-2. If you look at it that way, then obviously, you would think you'd go with the person that's on the winning streak. But with WMA, you can't be too sure. I don't know. I just have a feeling ONeal might win, but I'm gonna pick Santos by decision. I'm gonna ride the wave. I'm gonna go with the hype, because if you look at some fighters like crap, I forgot his name, but the Fighting Nerds, I forgot his name, but he just won recently, and he took a fight within like a couple weeks or a month. It's kind of the same thing. So I don't know. I'm gonna kind of ride that confidence. Next fight is Josh Culiabao versus Ricardo Ramos. Let's see their records. Ricardo Ramos, I've been hearing people are picking him. He's Brazilian, 16-6. He's 29 years old, team alpha male. He's 7-5 in the UFC, so he's kind of a vet in the UFC. You know, he's been around, and he's coming off of 2 losses in the first round. It doesn't look too good because Josh Culiabao is fighting in his home country, or in his hometown, pretty much, with his home people. But he's also coming off of 2 losses, so it kind of just goes like, who's gonna have that more of a dog in them? I mean, if you look, Culiabao's never been subbed, but he's been lost by decision, KO. Ramos, he's been finished in every way. So I'm gonna go with the home country guy. I'm gonna go with Josh Culiabao, even though I feel like this is another volatile one, which I feel like it could go either way. But I'm gonna go with the guy with the home crowd, Josh Culiabao. Bye. He might come back strong and get a submission. No, he doesn't get submissions often. Damn, this is kind of a hard one in terms of method. But Culiabao by decision. Judges might just give it to him. I'm not too confident on that pick, but I'm going to revisit that in another time. I might repost about my updates this time, because last card I didn't do my updates. I'm kind of... I mean, the video I posted, I got 8 out of 10. But anyways, next fight is Junior Tafa versus Walter Walker. Walter Walker is Johnny Walker's brother. And Tafa is actually... Wait, are they both... No, I forgot who is his brother, but there's another Tafa. So Tafa is fighting in his home crowd, pretty much. He's 27. He's really young. He only gets KOs. He's 1-2 in the UFC. So he should want to win this fight, obviously. He's kind of expected to win this fight. I think he's a favorite right now. Minus 120, I believe. Versus Walter Walker, who's 11-1. The clean monster. He's 26. Actually, wow, I had no idea. He's so young. He's 26 years old. He's 6'6", just like his brother Johnny. He's pretty huge, but he's 0-1 in the UFC. He usually wins by KO, it looks like, or decision, surprisingly. So he can go the distance in terms of 3 rounds, versus a guy who only gets KOs and has lost by decision. So I think Walker's plan is going to be to try to take this to decision, try to get pointed out. I mean, obviously Walker would love a KO, but I feel like his method to victory on this one would be by decision, because that's how Muhammad Usman beat him, unless he beats him by leg kicks to ground and pound. I mean, you know, if Walker includes those leg kicks to get a decision at least, if not a finish, I kind of want to go with Walker on this one. Interesting, because I was kind of just picking Tafa based on the fact that I like Tafa, and he's in his hometown. This is going to be a good fight, honestly, in terms of like what could happen and which side could win. I don't know. I kind of want to pick Walker. So this is one of those ones where I feel like I have to look at this is one of those ones where I have to look at the tape, honestly. I'm not too sure how they fight. Maybe Walker is gonna have like more of a fire lit under him, so he has more motivation. I mean, Tafa probably has motivation too, because he just came off a loss too. He beat Parker Porter. He lost to Lima, who's actually not too bad of a loss. And Usman, it kind of looks like a bad loss, honestly, because Usman has lost twice in his last 2 fights. So, damn, this is a hard one. Like I said, if Walker is the underdog, so, man, this is a really hard one, honestly. Right now, I kind of want to just pick an underdog because I've been picking all favorites, I think. I think I'm going to go Walker. I think. Oh, man, I don't want to because I was originally going to pick Tafa. But by decision, too, it just looks so weird. You know, maybe he might get a finish. Has Tafa been finished before? In terms of KO, he has. round 2 by leg kicks to ground and pound. So see, I'm telling you, this is one of those ones. Is like, is Walker gonna like take advantage of those leg kicks? Because it seems like he might be susceptible to those. So versus a guy, Walter Walker, who's lost once recently, his last fight to Lucas Bresky, who's 9-5-1. Let's see. Oh God, this guy's pretty bad. He beat Walker. Okay, so I kind of shows that I think Tafa's fought a little bit better people. So I think I'm gonna go Tafa KO. You know, home country. Round 1 KO maybe. Decision. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the way Tafa wins, which is by. Yeah, just kind of seeing Walker's record, it's like, oh crap, never mind. Or the guy that he lost to. It's like, what the hell, you lost to that guy? So round 1, yeah, round 1 KO Tafa. All right, Jingliang Li, who I got reminded by my friend on Discord that Jingliang Li was the guy that, or one of the people that eye gouged or tried to eye gouge one of his opponents to a victory, I believe. Well, I don't know if he won that fight, but he tried to eye gouge a guy. So it's him versus Carlos Prates. And just based off that, I kind of don't want to pick Lee because I don't want him to win. Like, now remembering that, it's like, dude, why are you eye gouging people, dude? That's crazy. And he's older, right? 36 years old. Leech, obviously. And it's kind of sad because I actually thought he was pretty cool before I remembered that. I had probably seen it, but then I forgot about it. And then my friend reminded me. So Liang doesn't really get finished by KO. He's never been KO'd. He's been subbed before. So he's not going to get finished easily unless Carlos Prates can sub people, which he doesn't. So this is probably going to a decision. So wow, he has a really good record. He's 30 years old, 6-1, 9-win win rate. That's crazy. Or 9 consecutive wins. Or he has 9 straight wins, Carlos Prates. He's 2-0 in the UFC, 2-1-1. So he's just a younger guy. He should win here. But does he win by decision? Is what's interesting. Because he doesn't usually win by decision. He usually KOs guys. So is he going to be that good to finish Liang by KO? Or is he going to take him to decision? Man, this is one of those ones where I feel like it's like you would obviously pick Prates by finish because he usually finishes guys, but Liang has never been finished by KO at least. He's probably gonna lose by decision, I think. I'm gonna go decision Prates. As much as I want to go KO Prates, but I'm gonna go decision Prates. Okay, this one, Tai Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Man, I don't know how to say it correctly, but heavyweight fight, 3 rounds. Let's see. Tai, obviously, guys, as we all know, he's on a loss streak. I think 4 losses in a row. 14-7. 31 years old. He's really young still. Only KO victories, 1 decision. He's 8-7 in the UFC. So he's pretty much hit or miss. And I feel like that's why they're giving him a 5th fight. I don't even know if they're going to give him a 6th fight. But, guys, he's lost in round 1, 2, and 3 by finish. Actually, Ezekiel choke? Okay, so he's been choked out twice. Punched out twice. So he's not going to get KO'd easily. That's for sure. Unless the refs stop it. And will he get subbed? Rosenstrike has no submissions. He only has KOs. So it's kind of less of a reason for him to win. I mean, Shamil just gassed out. Rosenstrike lost by submission to Jailton Almeida. And before that, Rosenstrike lost to Volkov by punches in round 1. Lost to Blades by decision. I don't know, guys. This is kind of a hard one. I want to pick. It's kind of funny because if you look at Rosenstrike's record, he's never had a 2 consecutive wins since 2019. I don't know, guys. I kind of want to pick Tai on this one. I want to give him one last chance. I think that's what I'm going to do. Tai Tuivasa, round 1 KO. His hometown. He probably trained crazy hard for this one. He probably looks at this as his last chance to win. Or win for redemption, in terms of getting that win column back or getting in the win column back. I feel like Ty's going to have a lot of motivation to win in this one, and I think he's going to give it his all. I think we might see a new Tai in terms of like his body. He might actually be in a way better fight shape this time around. I hope. I'm really excited to see him at weigh-ins. I feel like we might see a different Tai, you know? I feel like this fifth time around, lost internet. Technical difficulties. So this fifth fight, he's lost 4 fights, and granted he has fought some of the best guys. So this is kind of like a step down in terms of competition. So I'm gonna go with Tai, round 1 KO. I feel like he might get it. So next fight, Mateusz Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. This is the main card already. Yeah, I think Tai was actually Leach was the start of the main card versus Prates. But yeah, Gamrot versus Dan Hooker, 3 rounds. So it's pretty much Hooker, who's a striker, I would say, well-rounded fighter, versus Gamrot, who's a grappler, I would say, mostly. Gamrot, he's only 33. He's not too old, 5'10", wrestling style, 3 wins, American top team. He's only lost twice to Benildo Rush and Garam Kutaladze, who actually came off a win recently. That's a not too bad of a loss. So I think he should probably beat Hooker here. He's a big favorite. I think he's a minus 400, if not minus 300. Gamrot is. Dan Hooker's 34. He's 6 foot. He's fighting in his home country with his hometown, pretty much. 13-8 in the UFC. He's coming off of 2 wins, and I know for a fact he was an underdog for Jalen Turner because I picked him to win. So I think he won by split versus Jalen Turner. I know Hooker has that dog in him. He's not gonna give up. So I think Gamrot is gonna have to try to finish him, because if Gamrot doesn't keep him down, Gamrot's the only way to victory is to keep Hooker down. So this is another one of those fights where I have to confirm. I'm gonna pick Gamrot right now by decision, but I have to confirm Dan Hooker's takedown defense and the way he fights against wrestlers. I'm gonna have to double check that and see if Dan Hooker has a chance, because as of now, I'm picking Gamrot just because of, you know, he's going to smother Hooker if he gets his way. And most of the time, you know, these fights go to the ground. So I'm going to go Gamrot decision. You know, I just picked Tuivasa, who's an underdog. So I don't want to go 2 underdogs in a row. Not to say just because of that, but I got to do it confidently if I do. So second to last fight, the co-main event, KaraFrance versus Steve Erceg. Guys, I'm going to make a separate video about this, guys. Steve Erceg is going to win by KO. I'm not even gonna look at their stats, guys. That's how confident I am that Steve Erceg is gonna win. I'm gonna say round 2. I'm gonna be nice and say round 2. Usually I'd be round 1 because I'm pretty confident he's gonna win. Round 2. I'm gonna give KaraFrance the chance to survive round 1 and get to round 2, but I don't want to say I'm so confident in Erceg, but this is my lock of the week, Erceg. And like I said, I'm gonna make another video about Erceg specifically, and just talk about how I think he's gonna win, but because I'm really confident he's gonna win. Last fight, guys. I think I'm gonna do another separate video about this fight too, because guys, I'm a really big Adesanya fan. Like, I've never really talked about it much in the videos, but I'm a huge Adesanya fan. Like, he's one of the first guys that I've actually I guess I would say remembered and liked as a fighter. I wouldn't say he got me into UFC, but he was one of the first people I started remembering and liking. And I know he's like kind of cringe, obviously, you know, the stuff with the dog, the stuff with you know, him being like having servants and stuff. You know, that's all, like, you know, I don't really care about that. I guess I just like the way he fights, and I do like the way he presents his fights. I think he's really entertaining, pretty much. But saying all that, guys, like I said, this is another one where I'm not even gonna look. I'm just gonna do another video about it. I think Jenkins is gonna win, guys. I think Jenkins just has that dog in him. I want to say decision Jenkins right now, but I think he might get a submission on Izzy. I don't know. I'm gonna go round 3 submission Jenkins. Because, guys, I don't want to say I'm confident Jenkins will win, but I just have a feeling, and I think he can win if he takes Izzy down. I might do this in the other video, but I'm pretty sure I saw a video where I heard that Jenkins was talking about once they sparred years ago that he was manhandling Izzy, like pretty much like grappling him, you know, wrestling him, controlling him. So I'm thinking like Dricus is just gonna have that more of a dog in him, you know, outpoint him, grapple him, control him. But I'm not too confident right now. I would say I'm 55%, 60% Dricus winning, and then 40% for Izzy. But I wouldn't be surprised if Izzy won it all. If he KO'd Dricus, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm gonna be happy either way, because I'm gonna be betting Dricus. But I'm gonna be picking. Well, I'm gonna be picking Dricus too. But betting wise, I wouldn't bet too much on this, because guys, I'm really in the middle. At least personally, like unless you, my friend is really confident Dricus is gonna win, so I think that's why I'm just gonna bet a little bit on Dricus, and that's why I'm kind of picking him, because when he fought Sean, I picked him too, and he was an underdog, and he won, made me some money that night too. So, or actually versus Robert Whittaker, that's when I got money off of Dricus. It was great. So I'm gonna ride the wave. I'm gonna ride the Dricus du Plessis wave, and I'm gonna pick him, guys. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. This is pretty much me just going through each of the fighters. This was the first time I looked at the fighters and decided who I'm gonna pick on. But yeah, guys. This is the first time that I looked at the card and decided to pick. This is my first save, and let's just go to the page to see the official look. And yeah, guys, I kind of like the way it looks. A lot of finishes. You know, there's one submission in there, Dricus. So I feel like I'm going to for sure revisit the picks and decide what I'm going to be picking exactly. But yeah, guys, those are pretty much my picks. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm gonna try to be making a bunch of videos this week about the UFC 305 Adesanya versus Dricus. Also, I do want to make another video. I want to make a video about the Dana White's Contender Series, which is tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to make a quick video just about my picks and see what I think. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna pick on Tapology, because I'm not too confident on Dana White's Contender Series, but that's for another video. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and for the 2 subscribers, again, thank you guys so much. If you guys are watching the video, thank you. And to new people, please subscribe, like the video, comment below. I would shout out the 2 subscribers, but I'm not too sure if they want me to, so I'm not going to say their names. But if you guys want me to, just comment below. I'll say what's up. I'll reply to any comments. And yeah, guys, thanks so much. I'm UFC Investor, and I'll be posting another video, hopefully about Dana White's Contender Series.